Aside from every video asking for a like and subscribing, which is not really me asking, it's more like common sense, folks. This is the one video where I think I really want to ask to make this person, make this senator, this based conservative leader of the opposition senator, a little bit more popular, because he's doing such an outstanding job in the Senate, just destroying and exposing the Liberal government. We made a video of this before and it got like 75,000 views in a day or two. Absolutely insane. Senator Don Plett, at Don B-L-E-T-T. Highly recommend you go follow him after this video. If I remember, I'll try and link it down in the description. Let's just watch this. He's completely destroying the budget 2023. Somebody needs to. And you're seeing more and more conservatives be outspoken about it. Now, this might be a little bit longer of a video than normal, but please just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because it's very much worth your time.
Thank you, Speaker. Government Leader, when Minister Freeland brought forward her first fall economic statement as Finance Minister in December of 2020, she said in an interview at the time, and I quote, "If you have guardrails on the road, they need to be physical and anchor to something. Once we start driving down the road, let me assure you, there are going to be some very clear anchored material and concrete guardrails here." I want to draw your attention to a comment that an analyst made on the Scotiabank report on the budget, where he was quoted as saying this: "There will be $171 billion in more spending per year than they were spending in fiscal year 1920.
Oh my
At
God.
present, it is 32% higher in fiscal year 2023 than fiscal year 1920. Minister Freeland calls that prudent. I beg to differ, he says, as she is the most free-spending Minister of Finance this country has seen in a long time."
I'm just going to pause it and really congratulate this senator for somebody who's his age, and we're going to resume it in a second. Somebody who's his age, we all know someone who does this. When they're looking at their phone, they look at it like this, they bring it real close, and they got the one finger swipe. We all know who does it. And chances are, if you're watching this and you're above 40 or 50, chances are you do that too. So huge respects to the senator, live on a live broadcast, live Senate question period, having proper phone etiquette, doing it like he's young. That's awesome. I just gotta give credit where credit's due.
Leader, the Trudeau government has sold themselves to the NDP and stopped even pretending to care about fiscal restraint. There are names for people that sell themselves. I'm not sure whether it's parliamentary language or not.
Oh!
I will refrain from using it. Leader, there are no lines that the NDP Trudeau government won't cross. No fiscal guardrails. No anchors. What's left, Leader?
Senator Gold.
Thank you for your question. This budget provides important assistance to Canadians who are struggling with the high cost of living, targeted measures to make sure that those 11 million households receive important help, while at the same time meeting the needs, meeting the moment that our country is experiencing to make the necessary investments for our future, our children's future, our grandchildren's future, in a cleaner energy grid, in a more sustainable environment. Indeed, economists and commentators quick to respond will have differing views, as there are almost as many views as there are schools of thought and ideologies in economists, amongst economists. But since you cited one such analyst, let me respond with the words of the former parliamentary budget officer, Kevin Page, who wrote extensively in the Globe and Mail recently. And he stated as follows, colleagues: "In a high inflation environment with dark clouds on the economic horizon, a credible fiscal strategy should determine caution. acknowledge downside economic risks, limit new measures, maintain fiscal rules. On balance, the 2023 budget has a credible fiscal strategy. And our performance economically demonstrates this, colleagues. Our debt to GDP ratio in budget 2022 was 42.4%. It has risen somewhat, higher interest rates to be sure contributing, this year to 43.5% debt to GDP ratio, and it is targeted in our projections, consistent with the budget projections of last year, to fall to below 40% within this decade.
Never in my life, and I don't think in anyone's life who's watching this, has a government literally planned to lose, not to spend and stay above water, but to go down below and sink $100 billion of debt over the next 5 years. Not 20 years, not 10 years. 5 years is what they're planning on doing this. Hey, we're really gonna bend you over and just stick it up there. Hope you're ready. Let's finish what this jackass has to say.
This compares to GDP, debt to GDP ratios of 68%, 66% in Germany, 92% in the UK, 98% in the United States. We are leading the G7 countries in the important measure of debt to GDP ratio. It's a testament to the responsibility that this government feels to Canadians now and in the future.
Yeah.
Senator Plett.
Well, you and I are both going to get our opportunity to make speeches on the budget.
I love this guy.
Next time. But since you didn't want to answer the question, let me answer the question for you. I'll tell you what's left. That was the question. I'll tell you what's left. What's left behind by all the spending is debt that is beyond comprehension. This is not helping the average person doubling their mortgages. That's not helping the average person that can't afford to make a mortgage payment. Canada's federal debt for the upcoming fiscal year is projected to increase to $1.22 trillion.
Oh, my God.
I can't get my mind around a number that high. Minister Freeland once promised Canadians that the pandemic debt would be paid down. However, according to this, the Jagmeet Singh Trudeau government budget, the debt will never go down. By 2028, it will reach $1.31 trillion, Leader. And let's face it, if the NDP remains the driver of this government, and there's no indication that they won't, they'll both blow past that projection as well.
I can't continue watching this, guys. If you want to go and watch more of this, believe me, we're going to be covering way more of his content. But it's Senator Don Plett on Twitter. I would love if you guys went and said, Mr. Sunshine Baby sent me. That would be awesome. We need more of these guys. Pierre Poilievre's doing a great job in the House of Commons. But to be honest, Senate goes right over my head. Sometimes I don't even watch it because it's not very interesting. But when you have people like this, they bring attention. It gets my attention, and then I get your attention. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be the middleman. Make politics interesting. For the first time in Canadian history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a big fat like if you haven't already. Subscribe. It's free. Come on. Look at all the great content you're seeing. You're watching it anyways. You might as well subscribe with post notifications on to have a little bit more of an increased chance to see these videos. Because, you know, Justin Trudeau's government is trying to censor us with Bill C-11. So once you do all those things, now it's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching the entire video. If you want to help grow this channel, you can like and subscribe. I've made it really easy for you. You can subscribe by hitting this button right there. Or if you want to continue watching another video, you can do so right here. And if you'd like to move on to question period highlights, I have an additional channel called House of Canada, and that is linked right there. Basically, it's just Trudeau getting completely destroyed, and Jagmeet gets pegged by Trudeau because that's what he is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.